Happy Wednesday, beautiful souls. I hope you've all had an amazing weekend. My apologies for not getting a collective reading out sooner. If you follow my social media posts, you will know that I was gifted the most beautiful opportunity to attend a 4-day workshop, a Seikam Reiki energy healing workshop. My mind is still blown from the experience, and I feel so blessed and fortunate to have attended that with my beautiful, gorgeous partner. I really don't have the words to put into what this experience has shown me, taught me about myself, how much release I actually experienced. I have wanted to jump on and do a video and just go, and just spit it all out or whatever, but it's really an experience that is so personal, and Spirit have recommended that I just take the time for self and embody and have it land with me. I don't know all the technical words for it, but I really don't think that I will probably be doing a video like that now as much as I would love to, because if you can get your energy around Surly and Patrick, Seikam Ziegler energy, I can't even find the words. It's too profound. But anyway, if you want me to leave the link down below, please, I'm happy to share that. You need to get amongst it. Patrick is the most amazing, authentic, real, transparent, humble energy healer that I've ever experienced in my whole life. What I will probably do is, as I integrate my own, I don't even know what it was a total consciousness shift. So it's not like he did this and we got that. It was from the collective energies, from our own intention, from the love and intention from the others, the energetic vortex of that room. Honestly, I had lightning bolts come out of my hands and my feet, and it was a full body, emotional, spiritual, mental experience, and I have no words, and I cannot express my gratitude and my appreciation for my loving partner taking me along and allowing me to experience that with him as an individual and us as a connection, but also to get amongst like-minded people. But I've never felt or seen or experienced energy like that. Anyway, what Spirit have been guiding me to do is that the more that I come on and help you guys, and the more that I tap into this higher vibrational, higher consciousness of self, it's a little bit disorientating still. Like I can like go for a drive in the car after that, and I still am getting giddy. Like I'm getting all the sort of side effects, which are good, but basically I have now entered into a high level of consciousness, and it's taking my physical self a little bit of time to sort of meet that where it is, if that makes sense. So it's a full-on thing. It's really hard to put into words, but I can't wait to share with you. So I will be sharing my own personal experience through my own teachings. I can say, and I've had their permission before I jumped on and did this, that the consciousness that I will be channeling moving forward to help the collective in a particular way is Arcturian energy. So every time I try to say something, I go back to the memory of the experience, but I'll show you how as we go. But I wanted to put this fresh new energy into a bit of paying it forward. I need to express it a little bit more, and the way that I do that is by channeling. So I am going to do that for you now. As always, this is a collective message. Please only take what you need and leave the rest. 444, just literally paused on my timer. Take what you need, leave the rest. And If it doesn't suit you by any means, go back and check out the other videos. They may help you. The one significant thing that I really noticed and felt throughout the 4-day experience that we all went on together was it really helped me see that everybody does really need something different. So I'm hoping to obviously start networking and co-creating with like-minded healers, that I would put my hand on my heart and say yes, yes. And basically, if someone comes to me now, I can say, you need this or you need that or whatever. But anyway, I'm probably going to break out into automatic channeling. I've got that really, really strong feeling, but I will get started on the cards. This is going to be probably unlike what you're used to, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Can't even get my words out. Please know that I'm from this experience and from the orchestration of and communication with Arcturians as to how they would like me to proceed moving forward as being of service for them. My services and prices and everything will be changing from March onwards. So I do still have a phone reading special at the moment. It's only $99. I will allow up to an hour to spend with you, depending on what you need. My therapy is tapping more so into talk therapy now, so I will allow up to the hour. It really depends on your energy, but guaranteed you will receive at least 40 minutes in linear time. Sometimes that's just enough for people. Depends on how they can process and receive the energy and the insight. Some I will allow up to an hour. So it's all up to you, but if you want to experience this, and if you have had a reading with me doing this, like this morning, and you see this, please feel free to leave your experience and your feeling that you received after it, because it helps other people who may be just choosing a reader for the first time, or I know now that I'm not necessarily for everybody, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. But if you feel like you know someone who may need what I have to offer, then if you'd like to and pull me a solid, feel free to share it around. And if you do want to be a little bit more spirit-led, if you do want to be part of my collective community, this is where we don't allow things to happen to us. We know that things are happening for us and that we are all creators of our own reality. And sometimes we do just need that support or that higher perspective or that clearer knowing or whatever it is. Then allow them to come in and be part of that as well. So anyway, I'm going into la la land. My eyes are going to be doing different things, and you may see my body doing different things as well now, and I'm tending to be able to close my eyes and actually channel messages easier that way too. So we're just going to get into it. One thing that I have got now that I've gone to a higher level of consciousness is that I'm nodding all the time. So and verbally, you'll probably hear me say So that if I'm doing that now, that just means that they're giving me the download, and it's landing in me, so I can put the words to it to share with you. So, all right, here we go. Thank you. So, Spirit, can you please use my vessel to provide the collective energy, something that you want us to know. I can't even say that anymore because that feels old. So I'm just going to say, just go for it. Just go for it. Okay, so the first card that did jump out is cycle and patterns. So just remember that in life, everything is energy and it's always circulating. The one beautiful practice that I really took to, that Patrick was showing us all, is the one love. So, and the infinity symbol. So it's important to know that energy is always circulating. One thing I noticed a lot in the collective, and myself included, is that we really do not circulate our energy to its full capacity. That was the first time that I ever had to do a breath work with full intention for self. And it was So we had to do that exercise for an hour each. We had a spotter because what shifts in a person when that energy gets circulating is absolutely mind-blowing. And one thing that really integrated with me when it comes to energy and circulating is when you're doing the breath work, focus on the infinity, the circulation of that energy, because a lot of people are having physical discomfort. They're still holding on to their emotional blockages, if you could say it like that, in parts of their body. Most of that was because their energy is not being circulated. So the cycles and patterns at the moment is about sort of tapping into self and finding out where your patterns and where your cycles lay and where you may not feel safe enough or be willing enough to shift and transform the energy that you're holding on to. I really hope this makes sense. I really do hope that makes sense. So they just told me don't doubt myself. Anyway, we keep going. This is raw. This is authentic. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. So the main message I can give you, they're encouraging everyone to return to self. So return to self. Yes. They're saying yes. Return to self. Make the choice. Make the intention to return to self. That's really, really important right now. Chakra. Line up your chakra. Circulate that energy. Circulate that energy. A lot of people in the collective energies at the moment are holding on to anger. So for me, I identified through that process was I hold on to anger in my jaw. So now that when I do my breath work, I focus on that anger, I recognize that it's there, and I recognize that anger is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing whatsoever. So please never feel guilty, bad or awful that you are holding on to energy that you know that's not for your highest good. It's really important to love it because it's showing you something. It's really, really showing you something. And 9 times out of 10, when you tap into it and go, you know what, anger, I know you're there. I know you're present. And what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to show me? They're basically showing you where you're holding on to that vibration within your system. Some people, I saw it in their lower back. Some people, for me, it was my jaw and my neck and a bit on my shoulders and stuff like that. But when you start doing your breath work and you start circulating that energy and you identify, it naturally happens that you identify your 3D life and the patterns and the cycles that you choose to participate in, because we all have free will. They want me to let you know that if you are experiencing anger or you're holding on to anger at the moment, it's because you're A, not allowing yourself to do that, or B, you need to set up some stronger boundaries in your life. So they literally just said to me, it's time to reclaim your balance. So a lot of people may be feeling really imbalanced right now. Oh, look, if I have to say anything right now, if you need support, please go and get it. Because I thought I had pretty much had my shit going on, you know what I mean? Not to say that I'm perfect or anything like that, but I thought I had a really good collaboration with my spirit team and the things I was doing and all that sort of stuff. But that reality was soon knocked on its head over those 4 days. And it really showed me the parts of me that I needed balancing. So if you do have the opportunity to attend a shamanic healing and clearing or breathwork event or something like that, I would really recommend it, because I feel so blessed and grateful that I was shown the right way to do it for myself. So remember, you've got to do it yourself. Okay. I was going to say something, but they said that's a conversation for another time. So anyway, a lot of you may be experiencing heat come in your body. I was joking that I'm perimenopausal and we're having these hot flashes and all that, but what that's actually doing at the moment is that your DNA and on a cellular level, you're being reactivated right now. So if you're resisting to go within and return to self, you could be having a knee-jerk reaction to that. But please know from a higher perspective that nothing's going wrong, everything's going right, and you're having a reactivation in your DNA on a cellular level. So yeah. A lot of you do need to find out what you're resisting. And I feel hypocritical saying it because we don't ever encourage to look outside yourself. But until you sort of sit and be amongst people who have been there, done that, lived to tell the tale and all that sort of stuff, you will always identify with your shadow. That shadow part of self is just that old version of self, that lower vibrational version of self that a lot of you have attached yourself to because maybe it's safe, maybe it's comfortable, maybe it's very, very scary. I mean, the amount of fear and resistance that was coming up initially on day one in this event, it was really overwhelming for me. And even I struggled. to like release the identification that I had with my CPTSD, with my trauma. I've had, like my beautiful partner has always been, so because he's intuitive as well, has been even able to help me identify what it is. And yeah, sometimes I went, no, I'm all good or whatever, but deep down I kind of knew, yeah, you got a point there or whatever. But it wasn't until I was put in an environment where I had to identify it for myself and transmute it and address it and breathe it out. I wouldn't have understood these words that I'm trying to say to you guys. So I'm not going to tap into these because they want me to get in a healing mode. And this is for a collective. So what I'm feeling from the collective is the wounded side, the shadow part of self, I need a miracle. And I want you to know that miracles and magic really does happen, but you have to put in the energy work yourself. So they're asking me to just send out some energy and healing so you can actually receive the support that you need right now, that you can actually use your free will to want to get better, to identify what is keeping you. They just told me crisis mode. So there's something happening in your energy that is keeping you or maintaining you in crisis mode. A lot of people do get stuck in that. They're asking that you see the light. They're asking you that you see the light. Find yourself a good teacher. Find yourself a good teacher. The collective message is to find yourself a good teacher to help support you shift out of the personal prisons that you're holding yourself in. It is about connecting with your higher self. If you are experiencing emotional stuff at the moment, water is going to be really, really significant. Because I feel like I want to get your heads and dip it in the water and lift it up and dip it in the water and lift it up. Kind of what a baptism is, I suppose. But I've got a feeling they're helping me channel energy at the moment for those people who do really get up in their heads, that really work from that brain space. That's where you're holding it. That's where you're holding it. It's blocking all this off. They're just telling me that a lot of you that are watching this or seeing this or coming across it, you're asking for a solution. And the solution at the moment for you is to get the help and support that you need to open up your crown chakra. Have some type of activation that will connect you to your higher self. And all that is required is a safe space. So get amongst workshops, amongst facilitators, be a willing participant. That's if you can identify and take ownership of the fact that you resist feeling the feeling, and then you instantly jump back into chronological thinking, and you want to know the who, what, when, why, how. Make it make sense. I said a lot of people saying make it make sense, make it make sense, make it make sense. It will make sense for you when you open up your energetic space to allow the information to come in, to allow the synchronistic events to come in, to allow it. You need to allow it in. You need to allow your mind to go somewhere else just for a minute. Just for a minute. Your brain is merely there to keep your organs alive. It's doing its job properly. It's not meant to be there to make your decisions for you. It's not there to protect you from harm. It's not there for your decisions. It's not there for your choices. It is merely there to keep your physical vessel alive. True healing, true help, true surrender, true release comes from your emotional guidance scale. It actually comes from your emotions. So if you find yourself constantly and consistently angry, fearful, worried, unsure, anything on that frequency, you need to follow your emotional guidance system. There's a saying that we have on this planet, face the fear and do it anyway. They would like to replace that with face the feeling and do that anyway. A lot of people are holding on to the tension and the stress and that in their chest. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. They just assured you could do this in the privacy of your own home, even if you don't have support. But it all comes down to choice, and it all comes down to free will at the end of the day. They're rubbing your heart space. They're rubbing your heart space. I'm rubbing your heart space. We are stimulating your heart chakra so you can start opening up. Some of you may feel a little bit teary. Some of you may feel the tingle. Some of you may just feel a little bit of heat. But they're circulating that energy in your heart space, in your chest space, in the cavity itself. We need to get that circulating. We need to get that circulating. If you can accept this energy healing, humor us if you will, they said. Humor us if you will. The right support will come in for you. You will receive what you need. I can hear it now. How's that going to happen, Dan? How's that going to happen? Where? Who? I can't see that happening. I can feel it. I can see it. If it's not you, this isn't for you. But if that's happening for you, soothe it. Soothe it. I love the sentence. I love the frequency of the words. It's okay. I don't have to have it all figured out right now. I can tap into my feeling space. How does this feel for me? circulate that energy. They just said formulate a relationship between your heart and your head. That's the one thing I got out of Patrick's workshop over the weekend. It's one love. It's one love. It's one love. It's all one love. You can't love what you hate. So the collective energies are being encouraged right now to be honest, to be transparent. You've got to start somewhere. Make a list of everything that you hate. Everything that you hate. Everything that you're pissed off about. Everything that's pissed you off. I keep saying pissed off because many of you probably say I'm pissed off. Tap into that frequency. Know that it's okay to have that feeling. It's just your internal guidance. It's just your internal guidance. It's just showing you something. You're not a bad person. You're not a non-spiritual person if you have these feelings, have these vibrations. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Release it. There were people at this workshop, they were punching pillows, they were throwing things, they were screaming, they were yellowing, bellowing. They just said, don't worry, you'll get our lingo. They were bellowing. And it was all beautiful. You had to be part of this collective energy. Everything was beautiful. It was just amazing. It was liberating and it was free. That's what this energy will do for you should you choose to be part of the collective doing this. So we're just stirring your pots up a little bit. I can't wait till I do workshops on this myself. Because it is so different than if you're just watching someone on screen and then you've got a collective of energies in a vortex. It was like, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. But I'm going to volunteer now and stir your pot up a little bit. So if you want to be a deliberate creator and you are picking up the energy of this and knowing that you are safe in this community especially, and you are willing to sit down even with yourself and tap into the true emotion that you're feeling right now. Don't worry about where it's being stored in your body. Don't worry about everything else or whatever. Go to the feeling itself. Maybe you're disappointed. Maybe you're sad. You know, maybe you're feeling lack of inspiration. Maybe you're saying, I'm not motivated. I'm not motivated. Maybe it's just I don't know what to do. Whatever it is for you, it'll be the first thing that comes up. Write it down. That's your starting point. We all have to start somewhere. That's why I'm doing this today. They just want to give you the love and the permission, and they make my face itchy. I don't know why. But they just want you to give yourself permission to start somewhere. So start there, 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 start in that spot. If you do want a one-on-one, obviously, I'm happy to help you as an individual. But for the moment, this is for the collective. We would rather trigger you in a healthy way than for you to continue to walk life, walk down the street, walk to work. And when I say walk, I mean energetically transition it there. We don't want you to walk into landmine after landmine after landmine, which will trigger you and trigger you and trigger you and exasperate this. If you feel like your pot is being stirred up right now, if you feel like things are triggering you, if you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, that you're doomed, that there's no hope or anything, it's false. You just need to find somewhere to start. And the place to start is that first feeling that you identify with, that your soul knows is not for your highest good. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Obviously, accompanying that process would be to step into meditation, to be able to quieten your mind and make the choice to quieten your mind. Like I say, it is a process, and I'm not here to speed anyone's process up, but if you are feeling stuck, stagnant, agitated, annoyed, anything like that, we have stirred your pot. We have tried to shift some of that energy within you today, so you can actually literally at least identify where your friggin' issue is, where it lies, you know. I had a wonderful, wonderful one-on-one session with Patrick on the Wednesday before we actually did the 4-day retreat, and I didn't realize until I allowed myself to drop into my true emotion that, yes, I had the label of CPTSD. Yes, I had the identification of grief and all that sort of stuff, but the actual fundamental energy and emotion that I was not aware of, therefore shifting, therefore surrendering, therefore topping up with something better, was the fact that I wouldn't allow myself to miss my brother or miss my mum. That felt foreign to me because I just identified it in such a blanket statement. I have grief. I have CPTSD. I'm so invested in the injustice of it all. I can't let it go. Maybe in some ways I didn't want to let it go because in a toxic kind of way, it allowed me to stay closer to them. I have to explain the process, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't from me tapping into my true feeling space through the orchestration and the divine loving space being held to me with talk therapy, especially, I love that about Patrick, that talk therapy, that was amazing. Through that rendezvous together, that one-on-one energy exchange, I now know that it was the missing, me not allowing myself to emotionally miss my loved ones. So this is your turn to experience. It's your turn to experience it. Everybody needs something. You are honestly more powerful and more in control than you realize, that you give yourself credit for, that you truly understand. And emotions aren't a bad thing. They're your guidance system. They're your guidance system. Just lining up your head with your heart. Please come back to this video if you feel you need to, and just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and feel it. You don't have to watch. You don't have to watch. You don't see things through your physical eyes. You see them through your third eye and you feel it through your energy. Let's get that energy circulating. You and me, you and me, you and us, you and us, you and us, you and us, you and me. We are just pin drops in this massive, massive, magical universe. That pin comment. That doesn't mean you're small. That doesn't mean you're insignificant. That doesn't mean that you don't matter. That doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you don't matter. Everybody matters. Everybody matters. It's all those little pins. It's all the little pins, which is you, me, your neighbor, your friends, your family, everybody, the community. when they all come together, that's when they make the nail. And when that nail is strong, it's shiny, it's loved, it's nurtured, it's energized, that's when life on your planet will come back together. Be the pin. Be the most authentic, transparent, real, aligned, centered, grounded, euphoric, healthy, pristine pin that you can be. And when you feel like you're being bent, that you're being swayed, that you're being maybe tossed aside or thrown away, bring it back in. Bring it back in. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. All right. Expanded heart. We just activated your heart chakra, whether you know it to be true or not. If you're open to it, I think a lot of you are. You wouldn't be watching me if you weren't. Openness, liberation. Let yourself love and be love. One love. Patrick and Surly are coming back to Australia in September. Abby and Nat are hosting them when they're here in Australia. I will put their links down in the description below. I want to encourage everybody to either check out the links that I provide down below and just start being part of that, the energy of that community, or attend the event. Let's make them really busy. But I'm telling you what, it will change your life. It will seriously change your life, and that's the guidance. I don't know what just happened, but I can't even get back into my headspace after yeah. Spiritual calling. Higher self. Your higher self is calling you. If you're feeling uncomfortable right now, you're getting unwell physically, you're experiencing everything that you don't want, it's happening to show you something. Divine protection, breakthrough moment. Your breakthrough moment's coming. You'll either get it yourself because you kindly allow yourself to stop bucking the current, to stop identifying with trauma, drama, labels, titles, all that sort of stuff. How you were in the past, how you are now, what everybody else is doing, all that sort of stuff. You're going to get your breakthrough moment. If you just choose to meditate, quieten your mind, go for a walk, connect with Mother Gaia, say freaking humor, I can't speak. Humor me, universe. Humor me. Give me a sign. You are receiving your signs and your synchronicities right now. But I'm going to be really honest, the energy of it was, I saw the sign, like it's all, you know, I don't even know the word for it. I don't know the word for it. Because they keep telling me, choose your words wisely. And my vocabulary hasn't caught up with this friggin' high level of consciousness that I'm now embodying. So yeah, anyway, you are going to have your breakthrough moment. You are going to have your aha moment. Some of you may have already had it. Some of you may have just experienced it. Some of you are about to have it. If you are about to have it and you want it and you want a better life for yourself and you want to live more carefree, more liberated, more assured, more confidence, I went into this workshop not realizing the depth of my self-consciousness, how negatively self-conscious I was. Once I identified that, took ownership of it, did so without guilt or apology or embarrassment, you know, because I used to have people say to me all the time, you do this for a living, why haven't you manifested what you want yet? Or you're a psychic, you should know, and all that sort of shit. And then when it comes to my physical self, constantly bullied as a child, you know, being sick, being skinny, all sorts of things. They won't even let me go there. I'll say it through example, but I didn't realize how self-conscious I actually was. And that was one thing that was shifted and I surrendered it. And if you did see my social medias, you'll see me that I had to go to the doctors yesterday, but when I was there, I just saw this hot pink skirt and I just had to have it. I went into the change room, because this is so unlike me. I went to the change room, I put it on, and I did my little dance. I'll tell you a story about the deities that I got to rendezvous with in the non-physical through my activation, I suppose. I don't know all the right words to say, but yeah, anyway, I'm going off track. But we've got Sopdet, cosmic power, unlimited potential, sacred mission, initiation, that's the word. Thank you. I knew I'd get it from somewhere. A lot of you are being initiated right now. Look at that. Remember I said about the light? Open up your crown chakra so you can actually receive the divine energy. You can receive the divine downloads. This does scare a lot of people because your brain doesn't know what the fudge is going on, you know, but your third eye is activating right now. You are receiving intuitive downloads. Give your brain permission to not have to think anymore and just allow this juiciness to come in. It's absolutely amazing. Then we got Rumi, which is mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. Whatever you connect with in non-physical. That's why I'll always say spirit and non-physical, because I don't personally identify with specifics. They're a collective of energies to me. But if you do like to say God, Jesus, Allah, Bob, Mary, Jane, or whatever, whoever you want to, they don't care. It's all the same to them. But it is about getting a faith system and having some type of faith in something higher than yourself. And in turn, when you do that, you will initially be initiated into exploring that higher level of consciousness of yourself. So I cannot leave without doing, it's going to be really long, but that's okay. If you're stuck around, you obviously needed it, wanted it, called it in for yourself. But I will tap into the psychic side of things now. So given that's the recommendation, the guidance, when it comes to how you can shift your energy and change your life, let's get into the future a little bit. What can we be hopeful about? Abundance coming in. I can't show you these cards. Luck and a balance. Luck and balance. That's what you're gonna get. Value. You're gonna experience things of value. Over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks, luck is going to be on your side. This has got to do with the empire in which you see yourself. this is really contrasting energies to me at the moment. I feel like the collective I'm reading for are more so in this healing and clearing. I'm sorry if you can hear that. But I noticed a lot of people in the event on the weekend as well, their next port of call is to take what they've learned and start projecting what it is that you do want. So that's the law of attraction stuff. A lot of you will... I've got a couple of workshops coming up. I'm going to say it out loud because I know Spirit are orchestrating with me behind the scenes, start doing things in person. So it's great to go and do these healing modalities and stuff like that. But I want to do the opposite. I want you to be spat out of there and then you get into your what's next. So if none of this resonated and you're all good to go, and that maybe you're part of the energetic timeline and frequencies of those who are starting to, we're always manifesting. Give me the right words, please. Projecting what it is that you do want now, and actually using your energy and your resources and that topped up energy, that excitement and stuff to start calling in what it is that you want. Learning some really good steps and skills to help you physically receive what you need. There's a big shift that's coming in really, really hard and fast. I will go towards the end of March for this. So smooth sailing contracts. You're either going to go towards a contract with the Hierophant here. Could be higher levels of learning and education as well. This is the Hierophant. I love the Hierophant energy. It is stability. It is security. It is assuredness. It's exciting. It's beyond your wildest dreams, I just heard. It's this, or it's going to be a choice to stay in a self-imposed prison and continue with that level of consciousness. And there's nothing wrong with either. I just want to put that in there. There's nothing wrong with either of these. There will be a large majority that will choose to stay in lack. They'll choose to stay in scarcity. They'll choose to stay in the victim energy. They'll find an excuse for everything. They'll find a problem for every solution. There are always going to be that duality in this life. So I can only encourage you as your mentor and your channel for spirit and your guide in this life to jump on the bandwagon and go for this. If you do choose or find it too difficult and want to stay in this type of energy, just listen. Just be here. Just amuse us or entertain us for a little bit. And if it's not us, it will be somebody else. There's smooth sailing coming in, especially when it comes to emotional matters. I cannot emphasize that enough. And it's really important to remember that the only time you want anything outside of yourself is because of the feeling that you'll have from receiving it. So you need to be the person. You need to come back to self and be the person that you wish to attract. And you have a choice in that too. You can choose for it to be hard and strenuous and tedious and boring and non-addressing of the ickiness and the crappiness and the tears and the rage and the anger, and just, keep perpetuating that type of energy only to manifest more of the same in your reality. Or you can say, you know what? I don't know shit about anything right now, but I'm happy to learn. I'm happy to buy a good book. I'm happy to be enlightened. I'm happy to listen to a podcast. I'm happy to be around community events and people, places, things that show me something. I'm sure there's a lot of light workers in this 4-day retreat, and I know I'm one of them, that was truly bloody humbled. Because you get to a point, you think, yeah, I know this stuff. I've got my shit going on, and you've got validating clients around you. They're sitting there saying to you, you're such a breath of fresh air, and you just raise my frequency, and you're this and you're that, and you get that. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. And it was very humbling. it helped, well, for me, I can only speak from first-hand experience, it helped me identify where my strengths really lay, whatever. But it also cracked me open as to what I still have to learn, and what I can do better, and how to create that balance in my life and stuff as well. So you will always have times in your life where you are the teacher, and then you'll have times when you're the student. And there'll be those wonderful, blissful moments when you're both, you know? But either which way, nothing's going wrong. Everything's going right. It is for your highest good. But the majority of the collective out there right now who are seeing this, watching this, need to receive that type of energy just to get them a little bit more excited about facing the shadow. I can't even remember what they channeled in the thing because that was a really good line. But get amongst it. Get amongst it. They just want me to keep it general and just say you have a very wonderful outcome that is going to present itself to you really, really shortly, within the next 6 weeks, given this energy. So if you haven't received it yet, you're obviously not aligned with it yet, and that's okay. If you are receiving it now, good work. Good work. But it's coming. It's coming. You just got to be up in alignment with it. If you want better, you got to feel better. Walk around like you are better. If you go around looking at everything in life that it's broken, it's damaged, it's not whole, it's not fixed, it's sore, it's broken, or whatever it is, so it is. So it is. Let's close it off with some angels. Ready, set, go. We're about to go, go, go. It's just about you getting your own frequency, your own alignment, up to speed with it. Some of you do need to be initiated. You need to crack open. Some of you have seen the light and are about to go through a whole new portal, which is absolutely, absolutely amazing. Or you will remain in a very self-imposed prison here. Time to move on. Energy circulates. No 2 days are the same. You can't change what you did 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months ago, 10 years ago. Can't change it. But I have now learned that you do need to address and shift the emotional attachment that you have to things in the past. Not logically work it out, energetically and emotionally shift it, purge it. Smooth sailing. They're telling me smooth sailing. There's going to be smooth sailing. For now, rest. If you don't want to do any modalities, if you don't want to do anything, do nothing. Doing nothing is not lazy. It's not counterproductive or anything. When you rest, when you stop your energetic flow, especially if your flow is in the momentum towards the unwanted, you release the resistance. You offer, you give yourself permission to get that little crack of light and allow that to come in. And spirit will surprise and delight you. Your little gifts, like your little things that you're manifesting for yourself. A lovely compliment, a car, enlightenment, whatever it is that you're calling in for yourself, it will come through that light. And then when you get it, you bask in it, you feed it, you tell the world about it. Don't give a fuck if anybody out there says, oh, look at that. So, bask in it. Talk about it. Tell a friend about it. Phone a friend. Don't let anybody else take you away from your progress, especially. We don't chase, we attract. Stay optimistic. Let yourself receive. Alchemy. The more that you alchemize, which is taking acknowledgement, addressing, shifting, energetically releasing what no longer serves you emotionally, mentally even. If it's happening to you mentally, it's got to be affecting you emotionally. But the more that you alchemize that by finding peace with it and loving the anger, loving the hatred, loving the lack of motivation that you have, whatever it is, you watch shit happen for you. It's just gonna start flying in. Crack it open, and let yourself receive. It's coming. It's on its way. So yeah, I hope that helped you guys. I hope you made it through the whole lot. Once again, if you want to have a one-on-one session with me, I have 2 days left of my $99 special. After that, from March onwards, my prices and services are going to be changing to be more in alignment with what I'm doing moving forward. There's going to be a lot more travel in it. So if you do want to see, well, my partner and I, he's doing his thing as well. Let us know, because we'd like to come and, visit a few places, especially if people have some type of disability or they don't have transport or something and they would like a little bit of something but can't manage to get there. Reach out. And if we can't help you, then by all means, we can connect you with someone who can. So we are all in this together. There's no competition. Everybody needs something different. Let's start focusing on our own pin, and let's start working as a community, and let's shift the consciousness of this freaking planet once and for all. Anyway, so much love to you guys. Thank you so much for everything. If you did want to exchange your energy just by hitting a like or leaving a comment or anything like that, that just helps me stay in the algorithm so I can reach people who may need to hear this. And we don't have to rely on bloody algorithms and hashtags and all that sort of stuff, If you're seeing this, you're meant to see it. So anyway, I love you. I do. I love you so much. I can't wait to share with you more of my experience and stuff like that. You're best to follow me over on Instagram and or Facebook. And you'll actually see more of the private stuff as it comes up. So yeah, until then, I love you. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.